Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another normal game sent in by you, the fans, to Lifesaglitchtv at gmail.com. Mr. Maximus Black.
Yup.
Hit me up with the sound of running into budget Sdra on the ladder.
Oh, jeez. I was gonna go full Sdra there, and then I might get canceled.
Okay,
so...
hit me up with legally distinct and not cancelable Sdra.
You're a really shit player, dude. Fuck you. You're trash, bud.
I wonder what Sdra's doing right now.
I don't know. Probably
at this
not
very
playing,
moment in time.
Probably not playing StarCraft. I do miss the old Sdra days. I'm not gonna lie. He was one of my favorites to watch.
He was definitely a character in the world of StarCraft. No question about it. Up here in the top left, we've got Rhino, the blue Protoss, and in the bottom right, we've got Sdra, the Japanese arcade version of Sdra, the Red Terran PvT.
Yes.
Here on this bad boy. Do you got any thoughts on, well, actually, before we do that, this isn't a Nordcast because we've officially run out, which means we need to pitch that for the folks at home so that they can get a guaranteed cast, Mr. Black.
Yeah, if you guys want a guaranteed cast here on the channel, now is the time to do it. First come, first serve. If you get a NordVPN subscription, use that link in the description here, or go to nordvpn.com/OTT, and you get yourself a subscription. Go ahead and take a screenshot of that purchase and attach a replay of your choice under 30 minutes. Doesn't matter if it's a 2v2, 1v1, Nord, Nang, or a Will Cheese Fail. We will guaranteed cast your game. So we have some open slots. We got through them all. Thank you very much for those that have been supporting. Stay safe, stay anonymous out there. Grab yourself a VPN, and link will be in the description below. That's pretty much it.
Beautiful. And while we wait for these guys to set up here, since this is a very standard opening on both sides of the field, here on I don't know, whatever the fuck this map is, do you have a PvT strat on this map? Are you just basically are you just Oracle Void Ray?
Yeah, okay. proxy Stargate in here. This is where I would put my Stargate, because usually the workers will scout this way or scout up through there, or you can actually see it. You can actually see where they've scouted. So I always find putting it right here behind the rocks is a good place. You get the Stargate, start building your voids, then you come down, you get the pylon, you start putting shield batteries, start with 3, and then kind of add on a non-stop void ray. You're going to want to chrono boost out a stalker right away for any Reaper. You're going to bring that stalker down just in case a Marine or a Reaper scouts this out, and you always take multiple probes. So you'll take one probe and then you'll hide another one like up here or somewhere, just in case a Reaper scouts and kills your probe. You need to have that probe alive in order to build the stuff. You can't just win the game with just void rays with no shield batteries. So there's a lot of technical stuff that you have to do, but once you figure it out, it's pretty easy build and very, very difficult to stop. But you have to really learn the DPS of Terran. You have to understand how many Widow Mines you can take. You have to know how much armor you have before you're going to sacrifice a Void Ray to take a Widow Mine hit so that it doesn't die, so that you can see it when it's not uncloaked, assuming that they have that armory. There's a lot of things that you got to learn, but that just comes with doing the build over and over and over and over and over again. My favorite build to do against PvT, because I'm going to say it, Terran's overpowered, Protoss is underpowered. You go to the late game, you're likely to lose.
Somebody in the comments already. It's been 13 years and Jeff's still upset about Terran.
Good. So is everybody. Have you not seen the movement on Twitter and Reddit and stuff like that of like?
I have seen. I don't see a lot of like StarCraft in general, but what I have seen some people, whispers of Terran being a little out there. Although I think at like the pro level, I still think like Zerg is king, isn't it?
Well, I don't know. That I don't know, but I do know on the last major tournament that they had, there wasn't a single Protoss in the bracket.
That idea, and that's been a commonality actually for a few years, hasn't it? Like only like occasionally a Protoss even makes it far into the fucking bracket.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's you know what though? Like, and since nothing's happening, when I was watching a lot of the content, I still haven't watched the grand finals yet for Stormgate. I want to do that eventually, but. What I was, when we were talking about when we were watching on stream, I was saying, you know what's going to be fun to see how these guys tackle it versus how Blizzard tackle it with StarCraft, is because the esports stuff gets so strong as far as what people like to see. When people ask for, balance and whatnot, I don't think they realize how hard it is to balance for the latter in a way that also carries without hurting things on the pro scene or vice versa. So it's almost like you have to choose. Do you want to balance for like the 95% of players on the ladder so that they don't yell and scream at you, or they're gonna yell and scream at you anyway if you don't balance the other way, so that at the pro level, Protoss can actually be seeing the light of day when they go into the bracket. So it's a very difficult thing to do, and I'm very interested in how the Stormgate guys are going to tackle that, because obviously people are already thinking about like, what's the balance going to be like? What's overpowered, what's not? What are the pros going to be capable of doing and whatnot? And so yeah, we'll have to wait and see. But funnily enough, we've got drops from both gentlemen happening about the same time, Mr. Black.
Yeah. Same ass time, and look at this. He's going for the mass adept style. I haven't seen
this before.
I've seen it a little bit. I don't know what. Oh, this is gold. Yeah, so I've seen it a little bit. It's usually not at this time, this sort of timing, but it looks like it's working. We got one drop up here. He should be able to hold this off with a good warp cycle, and he's on 2 base, so he should be okay. But in the meantime, our Terran player is getting absolutely wrecked. He needs to take these adepts and shade his way into this mineral line, kill as many SCVs as he can. And there it is, another warp cycle in with the adepts. He's going to move over, probably kill another 5 or 6 more probes here. Might actually lose a lot more than that if he doesn't react at all. I don't know what our Protoss Rhino is doing here.
Well, he's not microing down bottom or up top, but there you go. We finally do it. I don't know what he was doing in the meanwhile, but he's lost so many probes while not killing SCVs at the same time. As you said, he should have been shading down. He could have killed half the fucking line of SCVs, but now Terran is getting to a spot where he's going to make that a lot more difficult, and he's going to lose a lot more adepts, if not all of them, because he's just not, look, the SCV's OP. Oh, they're all dead. They're all, what are you doing? No, okay, never mind. I lied. Now the Terran is surrounding the bunker. It's still gonna work. I would have just attacked with the 78 SCVs.
Yeah.
Just, there you go. You got him. You got him, lad. So there you go. I mean, he lost more on both sides, actually. Both gentlemen losing more than they needed to, but, is that a wash? Did that become a wash?
I mean, I might actually put Terran slightly ahead because of the mules.
Yeah,
I mean, Rhino could have killed every single SCV. He sat here and attacked a supply depot and a Rax and waited for him to build, essentially, these bunkers so that he could defend. A little bit of a blunder there, but it is kind of a wash. I mean, let's take a look here at the units. 18 probes to 15 SCVs, but we have mules. We have 2 orbital commands. We have a little bit of tech over here, but I mean, if he's just going to go straight adepts, he might find himself in a little bit of trouble if he doesn't, switch a little bit. He needs something other than adepts, seeing as though he didn't even use the shade once on any of those.
No, and as we all know, as much as they would enjoy to be able to, they can't shoot up, and so if at any point Sdra's moving from base to base with a drop ship, or if he starts to work in a Viking or 2 or something of that nature, then he's not going to be able to do anything about it, really. He does seem to have the inclination to go DT. The Dark Shrine just went into production now, as we see Sdra slow moving. He's not in any rush to get up there with that medevac, but that does seem to be. And look again, both gentlemen going for drops at like the same time. And is this going to be another warp cycle of all adepts, or is he going to mix something else in?
No, he can't, because the Viking was there. That was really well placed there with the Viking. So he's going to take minimal damage. This is very, very big here for Terran. Meanwhile, we've got a potential Doom drop happening where he could lose a whole lot more probes, and finally he's starting to work his way up there. This is one of those cute games where you've got, like, you know, sort of a gold level really just going at it back and forth. I miss these days of look at this little cute little surround. I like it.
I like it. Yeah, well, the nice thing about gold level is that not every fight is like instantaneously like a definitive win-loss scenario. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Whereas you know, higher up, you can often get into a position where it's just one. You can tell somebody's just going to outright win, and the fight's going to be over in 0.2 of a second. You can get a little bit more of the skirmishy stuff because the timings are so much more loose. And rightfully going after that that medevac and
Big
not
pickup.
quite there.
Yep. That was good.
Hot pickup, gonna get maybe a little bit more damage done here, but he's gonna run out of runway here as these stalkers catch up. Will he get rid of it? He does. Everything is wiped, and at the same time, I believe he cleaned up, of course, after taking out the warp prism, any threat down there. But I mean, Sdra seems like, what's the worker count's at 16? He has not been building SCVs. He's sitting on 1,500 minerals, 1,700 gas. He hasn't really been producing units either. He's got 1 Marauder and seven Marines. So I mean, he hasn't really been doing anything.
He's gonna lose. He just refused to build SCVs. Like he's built 2 now. Now that there's a Dark Shrine out there, he can start doing quite a bit of harassment. There's no units in these bunkers. This base is pretty much wide open to die. And yeah, there's another drop coming, but this isn't scary anymore. Like, you've got Stalkers now, you've got Adepts. The Stalkers can focus fire on the medevacs. As soon as the medevacs are dead, they're not going to be able to heal these units, obviously. And that small little army, if you even want to call it that, will just get melted. You know. Nice little split attack here. That was nice. That was a good little bait. So he baited with the one that just had 1 unit and then brought over this one over here and is going to do a drop. There's a good stim. He's going to take out 2 units. Now he's bringing in some DTs, but he's going to melt the mineral line before his army goes down. I would have loved to have seen a pickup there. He doesn't do it, but that's okay. The damage was dealt, and now 16 probes to 28 SCVs at him.
It's just back and forth.
Oh my God.
They're trading workers back and forth all over the place. As 4 Stargates just finish up, unfortunately, as Sdra loses his entire ability to mine anything to power those up and get production rolling with a fleet beam. Wow, that is a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see how that works out for him. He just lost almost all of his workers. Dumping directly into fleet beacon is definitely a choice. But you know what? The way this game's been going, it's probably going to switch hands about 2 or 3 more times. So maybe the carriers will, in fact, come into play. As we see, Terran now heavily getting into Marines. He's 20 Marines, 8 Marauders, couple of Vikings, some medevacs now. This is getting, like, we're getting to the point now where this Terran ball, if he just walks up the middle, if he's got enough to scan with, because he's going to run into DT.
Correct.
Could be a very scary scenario for Rhino here if he's not careful.
Well, I think it would be GG because half his army is split into the main, and he's shown that, like,
I'm seeing patrols.
Yeah,
but I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I'm seeing patrols.
He's patrolling. He's tired of getting dropped on, so he's doing that.
When's the last time you saw somebody actively use the patrol feature in Protoss play? I ain't seen that shit.
I actually do, but I do it at a very specific time, only looking for a Reaper. That's it. So this time, like at 14 minutes into the game? No, there ain't a chance in hell I'm patrolling anything. Adam, this is a scary army, and it's all split, and as long as he gets scans here, this is pretty much game over, because Rhino got caught with his pants down. He put down 4 Stargates, lost his entire army, and then decided to, or his mineral line, and then
why was that Dark Shrine at the front of the base?
There we go. I don't.
His only way to reinforce with more DT is literally on his doorstep.
Yep.
So now he has no more DT to support with, and he's gonna be careful. He's gonna put himself in. He's still got a bit of a surround here.
It's okay.
Awkwardly somehow.
Yeah, Terran is
but the Terran's got way too many medevacs, unfortunately, and now he's running uphill with cement shoes.
Yeah. I mean, this is game over. This is just GG. Rhino has just been defensive pretty much the whole game outside of that one large attack where, honestly, he could have just won the game if he just would have shaded down into the mineral line, and he would have just, like, Budget Sdra here didn't even have an army at the time. He had, like, nothing down here.
He had nothing. He had no SCVs. He had no units.
He was dead. But whatever, you know. This is gold, so sometimes they don't see the window, and that's okay.
No.
They will learn. They can watch LAGTV, listen to us tear them a new asshole, and then they can learn from their mistakes.
It's just, this level does actually make for some entertaining shit because it does go back and forth. It's the classic, you never know who's gonna throw on LAGTV, as we now have Tempests. That's what the fleet beacon was for. Got the Tempests out now. It's actually kind of crazy how much damage to a building like 2 Tempests can do.
Oh, all of it.
They really do hit like a truck. That one Tempest might get caught with its pants down. Nope, it's gonna get away. Deceptively fast too. Like you'd think a Marine would be able to keep up with it, but no. As he turns around, I don't know if that's because he is afraid of this counterattack. We're not about to see like 4 Tempests somehow win this game, are we?
No, there's just no shot. I hope not.
A little doubt creeped in there at the end of the.
Small, tiny bit of doubt creeping up. It's just
I mean, haven't we seen like a Tempest comeback a few times now? Like I feel like that's a theme that we've seen. Where at the lower levels,
here, though, Adam. I don't think it's possible here.
I'm calling it. It's happening. We're getting a Tempest comeback. It's going to happen.
All right.
Look, he's mostly Marauders. How many Marines does he have? Can we get the unit tab up real quick?
He's got, he's got 6
He's got
Vikings.
16 Marines.
21 Marines now.
21. Okay, all right.
It's
That's
over.
That's getting difficult. All right.
It's over.
Okay.
Adam. It's done.
I'll stop trying to hype up the comeback. I think it's probably over now.
Yeah.
Unless he splits those 21 Marines into like 7 different fucking groups, and then he just gets fucking destroyed, which may or may not happen.
The Vikings are gonna like one volley if they just single fire. Like this is gonna die in one hit. The other ones will be 2, but here we go.
There we go. There we go. There we go.
Yeah, there goes 1.
Yeah, 1, 2, there it is. Yeah, the GG, Sdra, just too much.
Yep.
For Rhino on that one, but
that was a game. That was a game.
The back and forth was real.
Yes, we shall continue. We will be back with another one. Well, actually, Adam and I are going to do it, but you guys probably won't see it for a couple of days. So, yeah, hope you guys enjoyed it. Hit that like button, do the comment thing. We'll see you.
Peace.